Hello, metalheads. This is Tobias of Vomitory, and you're watching Richard Metal Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Episode 392 of Richard Metal Fan Interviews, calling from Zoom. And after 3 long years, I have round two with Tobias from the almighty Vomitory. Thanks for coming back on again, man. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's a good little afternoon here in Georgia in the USA. How is it over in Sweden?
Yeah, it's been a pretty sunny spring day, actually. Finally, we had a very long and very cold winter here, so I'm really happy to see that the snow is melting away and days are getting longer and so on. So it's nice.
That's cool because we're having like a bit of a warm front here over in the States where I'm at. But I heard like next week the temperatures are gonna drop again. We're gonna have like one more cold front, but after that it should be back to normal.
All right.
Right. But it's great to be able to speak with you today. So I want to talk because now we got some new Vomitory music. We have the new album In Death Throes, which comes out April 10th through Metal Blade Records. So how was the whole like writing and recording process like for the new Vomitory album?
Well, it was like it usually is, except for the previous album where we did everything very. We had a lot of time and we didn't stress anything. But this time we wrote a few songs and then um, you know, we after a while we realized that oh shit, we have the studio booked, so we have to uh, keep writing and pick up the pace. So it was kind of stressful by the end, but we that's how we usually work when we write for an album. I think that a certain amount of stress boosts the creativity. At least for me,
Yeah.
I need that stress to get that kick in the butt to start, you know, writing.
Yeah,
Um,
you pretty much led me into what I was about pretty much answer my next question like with all like the stress and everything does that also like help like maybe create some new songs like give some more energy within the songs?
yeah, I definitely think so. Yeah, I think so. Um, but mm, we, I think, I mean, you cannot hear on the album that, oh, this is something that it doesn't sound stressed. It still sounds very vomitory and I must say it's very well written and I mean we have the experience by now, so we know if even though if it's stuff that we just wrote just before we entered the studio, we know if it's gonna work or if it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally. And musically, did you wanted to pick up where you left off after All Heads Are Gonna Roll, or with this album, you wanted to try something new or different that Vomitory hasn't done before?
We just kept doing what we did on All Heads, I think. But when the album was done, we realized that this one is actually a bit more intense than All Heads. And yeah, I mean it's different, but still it's very vomitory. And we also have the addition with Christian joining the band, and he has contributed with quite a lot of great material as well.
Yeah.
So that's a different thing from previous albums.
Yeah. I was just going to ask, of course, the first album with your new guitarist Christian, like they also maybe bring some new elements into Vomitory that y'all didn't have previously.
Um, well, yes and no. I mean, he has his way of writing songs, and but I don't know if people can hear it. Um, Maybe he Christian he was he's a long time Vomitory fan before he joined the band, so he knows what we're about and how it should sound, uh, you know. So, but yeah, there are of course like tiny little details in his way of writing that differs from my way of writing, for instance. So um, um, first of all, he brings his guitar solos um, differs from what we've done in the past. So that's a really nice addition,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and when he joined up with Vomitory, was he like listening to like past albums like Raped in Their Own Blood, Revelation Nausea, and etc., and be like, "This is what I need to play," or did he also wanted to like add like his own spin, with especially like, coming from like another like his other bands being like Inferior and Vulcan?
No, I think he wanted to like adapt to the vomitory style. Christian is a very versatile musician, and he has a very his taste is very it's a very wide range of bands and genres that he listens to. So, I mean, if you listen to Vulcan, that's like prog stuff in the way of Tool, I guess, something like that. And that's quite different from Vomitory. And what was the question again? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, just like him coming from like a different style than Vomitory. Did he like maybe bring in some like new elements into Vomitory?
Um, mm, no, not really. Um, well, sure, the guitar solos and his his way of writing music, but he's still writing vomitory stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's maybe it's difficult to for me to answer that. Maybe other people hear that more clearly than I do. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but talking about the album, what would you say like the overall like themes and messages are for In Death Throes?
Um, well, uh, it's about um, brutal, bloody death, I guess. There's no special message or meaning. The meaning is to entertain.
Nice. Nice. And of course, like this is the band's now 10th album. But I'm like, how would you say like the band has evolved over the years from like with like Enraped in Their Own blood and so on and so forth?
Well, we're definitely a different band now compared to the Raped in Their Own Blood days. But still, I think we have one foot in the past, you know, in the old school dirt. Um, but we have evolved, and our sound has developed since those days, of course. But I think we have, you know, stick to our guns. Um, we've been very consistent with what we're doing, and we were never interested in, you know, exploring different areas within death metal or you know, going for a more melodic sound or slowing down or anything like that. We want to play death metal the way we play it.
Yeah. And of course, like I mentioned before, this is like the 10th album, especially like, now playing this material live, like especially now having 10 albums worth of material. How hard is it to get put like a set list together?
It's getting more and more difficult. Absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of the older songs that I really want to play, but you know, there's never space for them because we have to play that one, we have to play that one. But it's difficult because um, you want to play some new songs as well from the new album, um, but we also want to play, old classics for the fans. So it's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's always got to be like those diehard fans that want like like a very deep cut from like the Moribund EP from '93. So it's kind of hard to like please everybody.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard, and it's very hard to. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And what I want to also do is briefly turn back the clock because this year is another special anniversary because this year does mark 30 years of Raped in Their Own Blood, the album that started all for Vomitory. I think we might have covered this the last time, but going back 30 years ago, what was sort of like the mind frame making the sort of like debut Vomitory album?
Yeah, that was definitely a milestone for us because when we started the band, we never had we could never imagine to record and release an album. That was like almost unreachable to us back then because we were in the late teens and we didn't have that ambition really when we started out. Just wanted to play brutal music because we thought it was awesome. And then a few years later, we got the opportunity to record and release an album. So that was great. And I guess that we realized that we could release albums. We just kept going from there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know of course we have the new album out in April. Is there any chance you can get like a special celebration for Raped in Their Own Blood?
Um, I don't know. We have talked about it that maybe later in the year I mean, we could play the whole album in one show or something like that. But that kind of thing needs some proper preparations and rehearsals and so on. And it seems like time is never enough to to do that kind of thing. So, but I don't know. Maybe we will do something, but nothing is planned at the moment.
All right. And how do you feel about like when bands sort of like do like album through shows or tours? Do you think it's like a cash grab or like nostalgia thing?
I think it's a cool thing. I mean, for fans for the diehard fans, it's definitely a great thing. And yeah, I think it's great.
Right. Yeah. And another anniversary I want to talk about is, of course, this year does also mark 25 years of Revelation Nausea. And I feel like you guys really, I think that's where Vomitory really became Vomitory, which then would go on to albums like Blood Rat, Sure, and of course now with In Death Throes. So what was sort of like the mind frame making Revelation Nausea?
Yeah, I agree with you. That's the album where we really found our sound, so to speak. And well, when we wrote that one, we wanted to go compared to Redemption, our second album. We definitely wanted to go faster and more intense on Revelation Nausea, which we very much did. Um, yeah, I think that was the mindset then, faster and more brutal.
No, nice. And then going to still talking about In Death Throes. I love like the first single for Gore and Country. And I thought the music video was great also having sort of like the animated features with you guys playing your instruments. So how did what was sort of like the idea to make the video for that?
Well, we used the same film team that made the video for All Heads Are Gonna Roll, the All Heads Are Gonna Roll video from the previous album. And we thought that one turned out really cool. So we said, let's use them again and the same illustrators and those people. So the lyrics are basically about a zombie army fighting a human army. So, and that makes for some nice graphic content for
Yeah,
the
that's
video.
fucking metal right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you feel like with that song, is that like a good representation of In Death Throes, or with or is there like more to be discovered?
Well, there's nine more songs to be discovered for sure, but I think this first single is definitely a good representative for the album because it has a little bit of everything that's vomitory, I think, like the fast grind stuff and some heavier groovy stuff and the D beat stuff. So and zombies, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, the last thing I want to talk about, I think we might have talked about this the last time we spoke, is of course, like your approach to drumming, because whether it be with Vomitory or even like some of your past bands like Cut Up and stuff, I feel like you channel different styles. Like you have like the fast blast beats, but then you have like the very mid tempos or even like basic drum beats. So when it comes to like laying down your parts, do you have like in mind, like, okay, I want to do a fast beat here or like a slow beat here, like what's like your approach, like how depending on the song?
Um, well, it when I write my songs, uh, uh, I I don't know. It depends on what riffs I come up with. If I have something that I know that this is going to be like a grind part, and I start working out of that, and then add things on it and listen to it when because working with the computer and recording it and so on, and listen to it, and then you maybe feel you need something to take down the tempo a little bit, or here it should be like a break or whatever. It's I think it comes quite naturally to decide on what drum parts I'm gonna play, and also the other guys when they write, they know my uh, my what I can do and what I cannot do. So they write out of that as well. And sometimes I come with suggestions when they present their songs to the whole band, and I hear how they have imagined the drums. I sometimes come with suggestions to change a part or two, or maybe switch places or so on. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people say like drums are a very rhythmic instrument and like no emotion is behind it, but I think that's a lot of bullshit because I feel like you could channel like anger and like different kinds of like mo emotions like when it comes to like the way you hit the drums. When it comes, do you also like to have like when it comes to like making your drum parts, does it also come from a different type of emotion that you're feeling with at the time?
No, I think it's the same emotion all through. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say hate, but uh, anger and aggression. That's, you know, but at the same time, joy of playing.
Yeah.
It's quite contradictional, but that's how I feel.
Right. And sort of also in the end, to sort of wrap things up, what's next for Vomitory? We got In Death Throes coming out April 10th through Metal Blade Records. Just anything with the release of the album you also like to plug in terms of like tours and stuff, maybe a US tour?
I wish it was that good, but no, we're next week we're leaving for Spain. We're doing a short tour in Spain, 5 shows, starting Thursday next week, and then we get back after the weekend. We're staying at home for a week, and then we on April 1st we go to Berlin to start our European tour, supporting Hypocrisy, and Abath will be our special guests, and it's Vomitory and Vreid from Norway. So it's a nice, really nice package. So we're doing this tour in Europe for 4 weeks, and the album will be released when we are playing somewhere in Germany, I think, on the 10th of April. So, but the album will be available from our merch stand from the first show of the tour. So,
Yeah. Yeah, but thank you, Tobias, for this conversation. It's great to be able to chat with you. It's just any final words you want to say to the viewers that are watching this to close this out?
yeah, check out our new album, of course. And I hope you like it. And I really hope that we can make it to the States soon again. But you never know. The world seems a bit crazy these days. And there's also this working visa stuff that's always a hassle for
Yeah,
European bands going to the US. But we're not giving up. We definitely want to come over and play some more shows. Absolutely.
definitely. I'm fingers crossed. But it's great to be able to
Yep.
chat with you again, man. So everybody, Tobias Gustafsson from Vomitory. We'll see you next time.